when you have a Hall of Fame like that in Midland, you have a small school. So you need to induct 4 people at a time. You don't need to induct that many people because you start running out of people to induct. And then you have to have something as an alternative to be able to keep the event going. But when you don't know how to plan special events, like those people in Midland, they don't really know about no special events. And I mean, I'm the #1 coordinator. I have all the events, the City Bop drill team, First Baptist A's, naming the Norman Van Leer Park. I mean, they don't. And I talked to Mr. Shevlin about putting a McDonald's at the end of Midland. My cousin down in North Carolina that Terry went to see to get those 5 McDonald's. It was just not vibrant enough to be placed in Midland. My cousin said they wanted me to put one up at Pitt in Oakland, but I wouldn't do that. And I'm not going to put one in Midland because it's just not enough revenue. That's why they put the subway. And
you said it.
Yeah, but it's just not enough people to support it.
They said, like, when you put a grocery store in a town, it's got to be 10 to 20,000 cars coming through there per day.
Well, that's why you have that car count machine. And in Aliquippa, they kind of do the same thing. But in Aliquippa, they doing a lot of demolition work. They also doing a lot of an Ambridge, and they have some things going on in Midland. But
Ambridge is definitely coming back.
Well, Ambridge is a good site. I'm going to do the book on that 19...
That main street look good.
It looked real good. I'm going to do the book on the 1967 state championship. The boys that went to Duke, that one kid, they come out to Uki and Simeon Ronnie and Brent and Steve. What was his name?
Dennis Weiss.
Right, and I'm going to get you a part on that narrate now because you know those teams. I was talking to one of the Farrell Pennsylvania State Championship basketball players down in Steubenville at the track meet, and he didn't know who I was. And you know me, I'll just make you think that I don't know who you are while I'm talking to you, while I can gain good answers from you. So I'm questioning him about who he knows, and does he know Uki, and does he know Simeon Ronnie and Brent Lake, and does he know Steve Austin? Did he know Dave Austin, the great from Penn State? And he's saying to me, well, yeah, Farrell won the state championship in 1969. I said, oh, yeah? Well, how did they do that? So now he doesn't know that our coach is the one that went to Farrell for them to win the state championship. So I kept talking to him, and I kept leading him on to the point where I got all the answers. So now I'm going to let him narrate his book about Farrell. And I talked to the athletic director and the powers in Terrell Austin's high school. So we're going to do them a scoreboard with that book and that film. And then I'm going to do the book on Terrell Austin coming out of Sharon in 1965, which is his anniversary is this year. So I was telling the guy from Farrell, oh, man, I was just playing with you. I've already met with the Farrell Library. I know who you are. And I just wanted to see if you wanted to tell me exactly what happened in 1965 to 1970, because you were Rick Burt's roommate. So he knows Rick, and he's been to Midland. And I said to him, I says, I know I need you to work on the narrating film with me so you can narrate it with Roosevelt Kirby, Samuel Scales. And I said, we have the film company, the Video House, and Green Tree that did the production for me in Warren, Ohio. Isaiah Tuco, Tell It on the Mountain, TV production with Minister Eddie Howard and Minister Dean Robinson, and his uncle, Dr. Melvin Howard, that approved it with his dad, Eddie Howard Sr., that did the filming. And he says, okay, I can do that. And the kid that's a high jump record at OSU, that's his son. And he didn't know that I knew that, so I just kept asking him questions and just acting silly. But that track meet in Ohio, man, we're going to really enhance that, bring about 4 teams down. We're going to do a $100,000 endowment for that program so they can have more currency to be able to work like they want. And you know, that one guy, Maynard, that was boxing with Racon Kimbrough, he married Junior Tooks' sister's daughter.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he married her daughter. She's a cutie, and she kind of like she acts a little bit like Debbie, her aunt. But that's a good thing, man, for Steubenville. That's a good thing. And Coach Reno, man, is a great guy, and he really is interested in working with those kids and making sure those kids get what they need.
Yeah, what they got? What I know, you got Steubenville football already working out. I know they're working out.
They were doing the defense of drills, and I was going to get Dan Short to come down and do an exhibition with Tyler Darrell Reeves and Josh Lay. And he talked to Coach Reno on the phone, and I guess we're going to have to do it next year because it was probably a little bit too close. Huh?